Good morning, everybody. Hey, the newly minted Secretary of Defense, Ash Carter, breaking with the Obama administration, kinda, and making a stunning admission about ISIS.
I think it has to do with the political calendar in our country. I wouldn't assure anyone that this will be over in 3 years or that the campaign will be completed in 3 years. The 3 years comes from the fact that there'll be a presidential election in 2 years and so forth, and I respect that.
Well, Major Pete Hegseth, a Fox News contributor, joins us right now and fought over there and now is quite interested in helping those who also fought over there with your organization. Are you hopeful that Ash Carter will start getting what he wants and pushing back against the administration?
Boy, Brian, he's saying what we're all thinking and what we all know, but what you're not supposed to say within the Obama administration, that, hey, these considerations about the Iraq war, whether it was pulling out all in the first place, or now with the AUMF requesting only a 3-year timeline, hey, these might have something to do with politics. It might not just be about defense or national security or the best outcome on the ground. Ash Carter, thankfully, it seems, is willing to sort of just tell it like it is in a subtle way. He's a careful guy. He's not a bomb thrower, but just be factual about no one would draw a 3-year circle around this war unless there was some other consideration. And, oh, by the way, it looks like it's political and an election cycle. So I think he's going to be liberated to say some of these things, and I hope that he does.
Well, so far, an interesting poll out there shows the American people are onto it. They believe at the score of 54 to 36 that the president and the administration are downplaying the threat of ISIS. 54% say they're downplaying it. So overall, that's the approach. But if you're Secretary of Defense, you have your own baseball card, especially if you're the 4th Secretary of Defense and you know the president doesn't want the embarrassment of a 5th one. Do you believe, Major, that he has leverage?
He does have leverage. You've got a lame duck president. You're right. He's the 4th defense secretary, knows they probably don't want the record of a 5th. And then he also is looking back at 6 years of bad decisions and saying, now's the time to tell the truth about a lot of this. In his testimony, he was asked about the top 3 threats facing America today. He listed the Islamic State as number 1. He didn't list Iran in there, which I think he should have, but he listed the Islamic State, followed by the Ukraine and Europe and Afghanistan. So here's a guy who's focused on what the threats in front of us, I think willing to talk about what needs to be done to get it done. And then, as you said, Brian, has the latitude because of the track record. They've fired defense secretary after defense secretary. The only problem is the DOD has less decision-making power than they should. So much of it is contained by political appointees in the White House, Valerie Jarrett, the National Security Council, that are playing general and just making decisions. We'll see if Ash Carter can wiggle his way into that decision cycle and be more than just a commentator, but also drive the warfighting portion.
Right, because there was one Secretary of Defense who didn't put up with it. It was Gates. He ripped the phone out of the wall when he realized it was going from the White House to Afghanistan over to Kabul. Hopefully this guy will have the same ability
That's right.
and foresight. Thanks a lot, Major Pete Hegseth. Great job.
Thanks a lot, Brian.